Hi kids, welcome back to another Tuffi video. As some of you may know, I am Hendrik and I work here at the City Bibliothek, and today I'm reading you a very special story. Tuffi here is our children's mascot at the City Bibliothek Library, and Tuffi gets into a lot of fun adventures with his best friend Dewey. And yeah, I wrote down one of these stories. It's called Tuffi and the Secret Book Witch, and I thought today I could read it to you. So I hope you'll enjoy this story. Tuffi and the Secret Book Witch. Today is another typical day in the library. People come, people go. Books are returned and books are taken out. Like every day, Tuffi is looking for the books that people have reserved. After a while, Tuffi has found all the books he was looking for, except for one, Casper, a ghost story. Where could it be? The book must be somewhere after all. I mean, it was returned last week. But it's nowhere to be found. Maybe Tuffi could ask for help. Who knows all the secrets of the library? Dewey the cat, of course. So Tuffi goes to see Dewey. Dewey is in the children's room, next to all the stuffed toys. You see, the library is open and lots of people are walking around. Too many people, or so Dewey thinks. He's a bit shy and likes it nice and quiet. "Well, Dewey, hiding in plain sight again?" says Tuffi. "Yes, there's just too many people around. The library's way too busy these days for my liking," Dewey complains. "Then perhaps now is a good opportunity to help me find a book I've been looking for. I've looked all over the library, in all the shelves on both floors. I just can't find it anywhere." "I thought maybe you've seen it somewhere, or know any hidden places where the book might be?" Well, you're in luck, my friend. I do know all the secret places in the library. I'm sure I can help you find the book." Tuffi and Dewey are now on their way exploring the library to look for secret places where the book could be hiding. The first place they look in is the cupboard under the computer that people use to look for books. Sounds mysterious, doesn't it? Well, they open the cupboard, but nothing's inside. How disappointing. Next are the secret doors. People keep disappearing through them, or so Tuffi thinks. But Dewey assures him that those are just the people working in the library. But there are a few doors that the library people don't really use. Where do they lead to? Over the years, Dewey has learned a pretty nifty trick. He can use his long claws to open the lock of any door, so he can come and go as he pleases. And so Tuffi and Dewey look to see what's behind each mystery door. One leads to a storage room, another leads to another building, and another one leads to a room with a tap and a sink and a fuse box. Weird place, that library. Tuffi and Dewey have looked in all the secret places, but they can't find any hidden books. Oh dear. Tuffi is despaired. Where could that book be? After all, the person who reserved the book is waiting for it. Then Dewey has an idea. Aha! Hey, Tuffi! Have you ever heard of the Secret Book Witch? No. Who's she, and what does she do? Well, I've heard that she can find any book that you've lost, and she can tell you exactly where it is. That sounds amazing. Where can we find her? She lives in the old part of town, in a bookshop that has a scarab beetle on the front window. Ooh, that sounds spooky. I'm no fan of creepy crawlies. Well, I'm afraid she's the only one I know who could help us. Okay, if it's for the good of our readers, then I will face my fears. And so with a brave heart, Tuffi and Dewey are making their way through town to the old part of the city where the spooky bookshop lies. Tuffi and Dewey pass the threshold of the shop. They step inside a wondrous and mysterious place, full of books and occult artifacts. In the back of the shop stands a young lady with long curly black hair, a colorful dress, round gold rimmed glasses, and, believe it or not, a perfectly normal nose. She notices Tuffi and Dewey in the shop, and with a bewitching smile, starts to speak. "Well, hello, my dear animals. What a lovely surprise. How may I be of service to you? Dewey, surprisingly, is the first one to speak. Well, miss, you see the thing is, my friend Tuffi here works in the library, and actually both of us, have been looking for a book that has gotten lost. We looked everywhere, in every nook and cranny, and we just can't find it. The witch raises an eyebrow. Have you really? Every nook and cranny, you say? How amusing. And I guess you need my help to find it, am I right? The young lady smiles knowingly and gestures to Tuffi and Dewey to follow her. Off they go through a door in the back, down a dark flight of stairs lit only by candlelight. They arrive in a somber room covered with dark tapestries. A dusty golden chandelier hangs from the middle of the ceiling and dimly lights the center of the room. In the corners stand shelves with pots and boxes, and most disturbingly, large mason jars with things floating inside. What things? Bugs or little animals, no doubt, thinks Tuffi. This place gives him the creeps. Tuffi and Dewey hold on to each other and watch the young lady as she stands by a huge cauldron in the middle of the room. The cauldron is giving off fumes and a nasty putrid smell. The lady, however, doesn't seem bothered by this. She smiles with glee as she looks down into the cauldron and starts stirring the ghoulish concoction. The lady looks up at Tuffi and Dewey and smiles at them and says, I am the one you seek, my little friends. The secret book witch I am called, and books I can find if thou art willing. Willing to do what? Tuffi asks. Well, to drink my potion, of course. It is a wondrous thing indeed. Once consumed, it will show you a vision of the book you have lost and where to find it. Only problem is, the witch hesitates. Which problem? Dewey squeaks full of fright. Which problem indeed, the witch says amusingly. For my solution stands right before me. My potion contains all the required ingredients. Worms, bat wings, shark teeth, wild boar bristles, and all the usual goodies. All that is but one. And I think one of you, my furry friends, can help me, says the witch, pointing her long finger at Tuffi. Tuffi jumps with fright as he hears this. He doesn't want to be turned into a disgusting potion floating around in that huge cauldron with all the other disgusting animal bits. But the mischievous witch calms his fears as if reading his mind. Do not worry, my fluffy friend. I do not require all of you. All I need is but the tiniest fragment of one of your claws. The witch grins, flashing her big teeth. She hands Tuffi an innocent-looking nail clipper. Tuffi looks at the nail clipper and wonders if there are any hidden tricks involved in this. Will he surely not be harmed if all he does is cut one of his little claws a bit? Tuffi takes a deep breath, takes the nail clipper and click, separates the top of one of his claws, and he takes the remnant of his claw and hands it to the witch. She smiles at him gleefully as she grabs the claw, puts it in the cauldron and starts stirring again. Almost immediately, the potion seems to react to the added fox claw. Big bubbles appear on the surface and red fumes rise from the top. And surprisingly, the potion smells less putrid now. The witch looks happy with her achievement and stops stirring. All right, my friends, here we have it, the finished potion. Now one of you has to drink a whole cup so that the magic works. Only if you drink a whole cup will the book you're looking for reveal itself to you. The witch takes a round ceramic cup, lowers it into the potion and fills it to the brim. She hands the cup to Tuffi and Dewey. They look at each other with dubious looks in their eyes, as if saying, "I'm not going to drink that." Dewey looks at his friend and sees that Tuffi is shaking with fear and that he needs his help. So, like every good companion, Dewey decides to help out his friend in need. With a brave heart, he takes a step forward and accepts the cup with a magic potion inside. He closes his eyes, pinches his nose, and brings the cup to his mouth, and in one go, downs the awful brew. Instantly, Dewey knows that he's not inside his own body anymore. He is floating through space and time until suddenly he appears in a dark room. A familiar looking room. Dewey looks around himself. Shelves, boxes, lots of stuff. And then he realizes where he is. In the cellar of the library, of course. He walks through the cellar and sees something glowing in a corner. Whatever it is, it seems to call to him. He approaches the glowing thing. It's on a shelf, behind a box, under the kamishibai? What the heck? It's a book! The book Tuffi was looking for! Casper, a ghost story! Dewey reaches for the book, and as soon as he touches it, wham! He's spinning through the cellar. Everything becomes blurry, and with a thump, he returns to his own body in the cellar of the secret book witch. Dewey hears a voice. Dewey, wake up! Wake up! Dewey opens his eyes and sees Tuffi standing over him and shaking him. Are you okay, Dewey? You were just lying there for a few minutes with your eyes closed, and you were shaking weirdly. Dewey looks at Tuffi with a huge smile and shouts, I know where it is! I know where it is, Tuffi! I found the book! It's in the library cellar! What? In the library cellar? How did it get there? I thought we had looked everywhere. Yes, so did I, but we missed a spot. Anyway, I know where it is. Let's go right now. And without even so much as a glance at the witch, the two friends hurry up the stairs, happy to leave that creepy place behind. They run through the old part of town and back to the library. In the library, they take the stairs all the way down to the cellar. Dewey opens the cellar door, leads the way to the corner where the book lies. He goes to the shelf, looks behind the box, and grabs the book lying under the kamishibai. Filled with excitement, Dewey holds the book and hands it to Tuffi. Look, here it is. It's really here. The witch's magic potion really worked. I can't believe it. That's really it. Who would have believed that scary witch actually told the truth, and that her disgusting potion would really work? Well, I did tell you so. You can always trust me, my friend. You're right, I really can. Thanks so much for your help, Dewey. And thanks especially for drinking that disgusting potion. No problem. I'm just happy it all worked out in the end. But I do wonder about one thing. How did that book get down here? Nobody's supposed to bring books down here, so who did? In that moment, a shiver ran through Tuffi and Dewey, as if someone else was there with them, in the cellar. Did you feel that? Tuffi whispers. Yes. What was that? Answered Dewey. I don't know, and I don't want to find out. I've been scared enough for one day. Let's run back upstairs and get out of here. And so Tuffi and Dewey hurry as fast as they can through the cellar, open the door, and run back upstairs. As the cellar door closes, a white shadow floats by. Well, very mysterious, right, my friends? I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.